Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Poirsha Fit podcast. I am your host, Poirsha, and it is Wednesday night. So that means usually I give you all a breathing exercise for the daytime, but today ran quite long for me. So I'm giving you an evening relaxation. I've coined this term relaxation. It's a combination of relaxing meditation. So it's not quite a meditation. It's just something where it's an easy listening, something you can listen to, and hopefully just it will calm you and bring you back to this state of peace within. Especially because it's an extra special night tonight. And what is it? 'Tis the night before Thanksgiving. So that means a lot of you are in your kitchens right now, cooking away, washing vegetables, cutting, creating herbs. Maybe you're doing a herb butter. You're putting all these seasonings in to baste the turkey, seasoning the ham, with all the pineapple juice maybe. And if you're like a lot of my clients, you're doing a good amount of cooking and also getting some help from companies who are cooking your turkeys already and cooking your ham. And good old Erewhon is my number one choice after homemade to cook my food. I just grabbed a plate for myself, some Brussels sprouts, the stuffing, their yam puree, which is just golden, fluffy deliciousness, and then their extremely expensive jar of cranberry sauce, which honestly is made to perfection. 16-ounce jar of organic cranberry, organic orange juice, organic evaporated cane juice, organic orange zest, and organic ginger. And for dinner, I just literally ate half of this jar, so I ate 8 ounces. I'll have the rest tomorrow. So this was about, I think it was $30 for the 16 ounce, so I just ate $15 worth, which is pretty wild when I look at it, but my tummy is very happy. So how is your day going so far? How has the build up to this moment been? I've heard a lot about what's going on at the grocery stores. I heard some people were fighting over limited supply of sweet potatoes. Some people sent their partner to go fulfill the grocery list, brought back things they would never have purchased. And so the cook ended up going to get the food anyway. Some of you are trying out new recipes this year. I suppose I did the same thing with my plant-based Thanksgiving meals a few years back. And my mom, my sweet mom, made me my first plant-based Thanksgiving meal many, many years ago. And she knocked it out of the park. So she tried new things for me for Thanksgiving. And if you're in a Black family, you know that that's a cardinal sin. You don't ever, never, not ever, change the recipe. Two, don't dare try something new and take it to the family dinner expecting people to eat it. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about my family and just many black families. You just don't do that. You want to try something, save that for any other day other than Thanksgiving, Easter, and Christmas. Don't bring your, oh, I just whipped this thing up. We're so judgy. It's like, who made this dish? Where did it come from? We have to trust the source also. Black people are very particular about who is preparing their meals. Do those people have animals? Are those people clean? How are they dressed? Have you been to their house? What is the cleanliness of their house? What do those baseboards look like? Because if they have filthy baseboards, you can forget about it. We're not even walking barefoot in that household. And we definitely don't trust the food. And I tell you what, I've been plant based almost 7 years. As of January 1st, yes, 7. And no one trusts me to cook anything. It's like, oh, this is plant based greens. Yeah, we don't trust it. Yet, I have made some really delicious plant based greens before for Thanksgiving. This year and last year, I just opted out of cooking, but I will get back to it. But I've made plant based macaroni and cheese, and my mom makes cornbread dressing, and she can make it plant based for me, which she has. I love making the quote unquote plant based mac and cheese with Brussels sprouts. Those are fantastic. And these layered sweet potato dish that my mom and I made one year, which was voted best dish of the Friendsgiving one year. We cut the sweet potatoes in like medallions shaped, and then we put cinnamon, nutmeg. We used coconut oil, which is hard, as like the butter, and then sprinkle with pecans. And that was pretty much it as far as I recall. And we baked it, and oh my gosh, we were using the juice and like basting it with it. Oh man, those things were heavenly. And I made that a couple of years and is always a favorite. But it's also one of those things where I was trying out these recipes on meat eaters. And it is not easy to do. Those are some tough critics, but they love that. They were obsessed with my plant based greens, that's for sure. And I have a little secret for those greens, why they taste so delicious. But back to that when I actually cook it again. So hopefully you are making your signature dish and you're staying true to yourself and you're not going too far out of what people are expecting, because that's what people are excited about. And I know one dish that literally everyone is excited for are the mac and cheese. I had a client today and she was telling me about her menu, and I said, "Where's the mac and cheese?" She's like, "I know it's my son's favorite and I don't think anyone's bringing it." I'm like, "Oh man." I mean, not having a certain dish can ruin your Thanksgiving. So that brings me to this question of, what is the most important part of Thanksgiving? If I ask everyone, I think honestly people would say the food. It's supposed to be that other F word, family. But somehow Thanksgiving has been all about food, and that's the number one most important thing. I know someone who they don't go see family members because they don't like the food that they're preparing. But I thought this is a family thing. I think it's not. I think it's really about food, and that's the most important thing. And if you agree on the food, then you're a family. And also, one thing I do love about Thanksgiving is having that Friendsgiving for all the people who are little transplants. They moved away from home and they're in a new place, and it's time to get together and just enjoy each other's company. I think that's great. This can also be the time where, if you've had loved ones pass away, it could feel very empty and sad. Remembering all who are missing, because these holidays we've experienced and celebrated them our entire lives. Some of us are in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, hundreds. So your whole entire life, all of these decades of getting together and kind of doing the same thing, and just watching the table become less occupied. And I'll never forget my dad telling us many moons ago about how much we should appreciate family every holiday, because it's not guaranteed for them to be there on the next one. And it's so true. And in my experience with my family and the elders, which all of my grandmas outlived their husbands, my grandfathers, when they passed away, it really does something to the family dynamic. You don't really have a desire to come around. It's not that you don't love your family, it's just you didn't even realize that they were the glue that kept you all together for the holidays. And you don't even know how much they meant to you and to the whole family until they're gone. My grandma passed away in 2015 on my mom's side, and it's never the same. My aunt and my mom stepped up into that role of the matriarchs. They've done a great job, but still, it's not the same. So holidays can be tough in that way. It's supposed to be like a happy experience, but it can be a little bit sad. On my dad's side, my grandparents are passed on, and my grandmother passed right before the pandemic started, really. Before the lockdown. And we just never kind of recovered from that. During the pandemic, we all were apart and then slowly trying to come back together. They did, and they're doing something. And my whole life, it was going to the mom's side of the family first, and then going to the dad's side of the family for the second half of the holiday. And that just becomes taxing. And now in my life at this stage, I'm looking for more peace in my days and driving around opposite ends of the valley to spend half the day with one family and half the day with the other. I just don't have the energy anymore for it. So now it's like, let's just pick the easiest thing and go with that. So even on the holidays, you have to make a decision who to see. And you hope that you've come together on the in-between holidays. You make an effort to go see those family members, which I'm thinking in my mind right now, I don't. So some family, if I don't see them at a certain function, I won't see them for a whole year. You see your cousins, some of your aunts and uncles once a year. I have a huge family on all sides. And I realize I don't see these people. But there's love from a distance. Thank God for us being close in the childhood. Those memories don't go away. They're still there, and that bond is still there no matter how far apart we are. But if you didn't have that foundation of growing up together, if you met as adults, then it doesn't feel like your family. And family doesn't mean it's because you're blood related. Family really is your choosing. Who do you feel is your family? It could be your work people. I see my work peeps, and I love them. I see them every day. And that's a part of the family also. So try to appreciate this moment, this time, this now of being. We'll never get these moments back. And let's just try to find ourselves in a peaceful state of being. And that means removing yourself from drama. If it feels like drama, reroute. Sometimes that means you have to just stay away. Maybe just do a quick phone call to check in. But let's level up and really be in the place of seeking peace within. And seeking peace is only found within yourself. You can't change anybody else. Trust me. I know. Maybe you have an influence, but your influence is not guaranteed to change anyone. So if something is bothering you, if someone's doing something that is really irritating you and taking you to your last bit of energy, find a way to let it go. There's nothing you can do to change that situation from that person's perspective. The only way for you to change the outcome is to change your perspective, your mindset, your outlook. It starts and ends with you. Find your peace within the drama, the chaos. Remove yourself from situations where you feel you're unable to handle properly. Allow yourself the time to recluse and breathe. Taking nice, full, deep, slow breaths. May you not put too much pressure on yourself. May you be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. You are worthy of it. You deserve to have it. Be peaceful. Have calm, loving, inviting thoughts. And allow yourself to breathe through the stress. Breathe through the drama. Disengage. And go back within. And that's your reset. Sometimes we need to maybe go to the bathroom and just be in the bathroom with the door closed and breathe and sit. And just come back to that peaceful place within. And when you're ready, you will walk out there with your head high, standing tall, and remembering who you are, and remembering who they are. And we are more than just flesh and bone. We are supernatural spirit light beings. And ultimately, we all love one another. And we are each here to teach ourselves lessons. And it is love that pervades and persists. And allow the love to continue to penetrate. Allow it to ooze out of you and to flow into everyone else. And that's your strength. The ability to recognize that, oh, we're all just playing a game. Ooh, we forgot that these bodies are just an illusion. That we are unlimited. We are timeless. We are forever beings. And in the other world, in the above place, we are all really friends underneath it all. So find that sense of understanding. Be sympathetic. Put yourself in their shoes. Be empathetic. And show love, no matter what. All right. Let's close out this relaxation with 3 closing breaths. Inhale through the nose or through the mouth. Sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in. I'm bringing my hands to heart center. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for showing up for yourselves. And when you show up for yourself, you are showing up for others. Because when you show up for yourself, you are remembering that you are whole and you are complete and you are perfect just the way you are. And the challenge is working on the human part of ourselves. That requires time and attention and practice. And to remembering and reminding ourselves every day that we are more than just, again, flesh, bone, and balls of emotions, erratic behavior. We are graceful. We are love. We are timeless. We know everything. But in order to go deeper within, to have a little more fun, we play the human game. So we forget it all. So that we can remind ourselves again. Who can remember that we're not just human beings? We're so much more than that. We're super beings. Connect with your super being self every single day. That is the purpose of me being here and you listening to me, because I remembered and I woke up. And sometimes I fall asleep, but I'm awake. And if you all want to wake up with me, we can help each other to not fall asleep again. Have a beautiful, beautiful day or night. And until Friday, namaste.